your concern level on the Ravens right now, sitting there at 7-4. They just lost in Jacksonville. Clearly, the best game of Trevor Lawrence's young career, and then not just the way they lost, but the tweet that Lamar sent out that was definitely not safe for work, responding to somebody who criticized him on Twitter. What's your concern level about the Baltimore Ravens right now on all fronts?
I think the Ravens are a really good team. Like, they've had a lead and they've had a possession or more than one possession lead, I think, in all their games, which I've read it 3 times and I want to go back after this interview to make sure that I'm not butchering that. It's just so hard to believe. And of all the teams that have ever been like that through this span, like, their record's the worst one by far, because they've blown them. And, like when you blow leads, when you don't score in the red zone, they were 1-4 last week in the red zone against the Panthers. You're kind of like, they'll figure it out this week. Well, no, I mean, like, here's what I'm worried about with the Ravens. When you're on the road and you have a chance to put a team like that away, right, it kind of comes back to letting teams back in the game. You kick 2 field goals the first 2 scoring drives. Well, you had a drop in the end zone on the second one. You overthrow a touchdown in the first one. And the first one, and I love Lamar, but like that's a ball that he's got to hit. He knows he's got to hit. He hasn't had the best year by his standards, especially in big spots. If you hit that ball on the road and you go up 7-0 and you're driving the next possession, you go up 14-0, like how different does that game feel? Even with how many leads you've blown, you're staring at Trevor Lawrence on the other sideline, who had a great game yesterday in the second half especially. You got to put teams away, man. And when you get in the red zone, like I think it is a lack of talent. I mean, you could say, well, they got Mark Andrews and you got a running quarterback and you got a tight end in the red zone. Like that sounds great, right? That's cliche red zone stuff. But who are the other guys, man? And they, we were just talking about this on our show. Like they haven't made a move, Deshaun Jackson is not somebody to me that's going to move the needle in a huge way at this stage in his career. I know he caught a beautiful throw yesterday from Lamar. That was just an absolute rocket. But when you get in the red zone, it's not working. And yesterday we saw more of the same. You can't close teams out. You can't win your 4-point plays down there in the red area. That's a tough one, man. And I actually ranked the Bengals ahead of them just because Joe Burrow is playing better. And I had concerns about the Bengals and their physicality coming into the year. They won a physical game yesterday. They beat the Titans at their game. They were down Mixon. They were down Chase. They ran the ball. They stopped the run. All their safeties, all their corners, they are all willing participants in the run game. And when you play complete complementary football like that, it just looks less disjointed. The Ravens look kind of disjointed. And they got an easy schedule the rest of the way, so they could cruise. But they've proven that, like whether it's the Panthers game or the Jags game, there's nothing easy about the Ravens right now.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.